Are you planning a trip to Italy this year? Well, today we'll give you 10 must-see things in Italy that you can visit. Italy has thousands of incredible sites for you to visit, and these 10 are just, a quick pick to get your feet wet.
Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Rick.
And I'm Andrea, and today we'll give you a list of 10 must-see for your next trip to Italy. But first, if you like travel-related videos like this one, now it's a great time to hit the subscribe button down below so you never miss any future videos.
Yeah, and probably even the bell as well.
Yeah, you should.
Yes, definitely.
Let's begin our list of 10 things to see in Italy with our number 10, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Who doesn't know the famous Leaning Tower of Pisa? Instagram is full of goofy photos by this landmark.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Nothing. But this tower is so much more than a place to take funny shots. The tower stands in the Piazza dei Miracoli, the Miracle Square. In the piazza you can also admire the Duomo of Pisa, the baptistry, and the monumental cemetery. The tower was built in stages between 1172 and 1372. It's 55 meters tall, and it's possible to climb all the way to the top.
And we did it one year.
We did it.
Absolutely. It's weird. It's so,
Yeah,
crooked up there.
The tower started sinking in 1178, right after the second floor was built.
Oops.
For this reason, the construction was stopped for almost 100 years. During this period, the ground stabilized a little bit, and it made it possible to continue the building. Between 1993 and 2001, some important structural work stabilized the tower completely, making it possible to climb it once again.
Yes, yes.
Another interesting fact about the Tower of Pisa is that between 1589 and 1592, Galileo Galilei dropped two objects of different masses and shapes from the tower to conduct this experiment about the law of free fall. It was at that time that he proved that both objects landed at the same time, despite of their different masses.
Wait a sec. Don't you mean weight?
No, I mean masses, because masses is universal. Weight is only
On Earth?
on Earth.
Oh,
Exactly.
right.
If you want to climb the tower, you have to buy the ticket in advance and reserve your spot, because only a set number of people is allowed to climb the tower at one time.
Okay, so number 9 out of the list of 10 things to see in Italy, we have the island of Burano. The island of Burano is located in the Venetian lagoon, and you can reach it from Venice by the Vaporetto in about a half an hour or so. And once you get to this beautiful little island, you'll be amazed at the beauty of all of its colorful buildings. Every house in Burano is painted a really vibrant color. The area is really amazing. It's an incredible experience to walk along the Canal of Burano and take photos of the stunning views against the blue sky. The island is also very famous for lace making. In fact, on the island there is a school that teaches this ancient craft.
Interesting.
Now, to reach the island of Burano, you can take the Vaporetto number 12 from Venezia Fondamenta 9 stop. And if you want to see a full video about visiting Burano and the nearby island of Murano, check out this video.
Now we move on to our number 8 on the list of 10 things to see in Italy, and we talk about Alberobello and the Trulli. Alberobello is a town in the beautiful region of Puglia, in the south of Italy. It's easily reached from the city of Bari in about an hour. Once you arrive in Alberobello, you feel like you are in a fairy tale land.
Yeah.
In fact, in Alberobello you can admire the typical cone-shaped house that are called Trulli. The site is really amazing. Walking among the streets of Alberobello is an incredible experience. If you decide to go and visit this stunning place, we think you should consider going in the late fall or early spring when the temperatures are not as high. We went in August and
Yeah, it was
hot.
really warm.
And also in August, the amount of tourists is really high. So in the fall season, is way less. If you decide to stay a few days in the area, consider also visiting the nearby ancient city of Matera. The city is world famous for being carved in the mountainside, and nowadays it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Like so many other places in Italy. Exactly.
When visiting Alberobello and Matera, make sure to wear very comfortable shoes because you'll have to climb many, many steps up and down the stunning places.
Yeah, so build an appetite.
You build an appetite and your feet are going to be sore.
All right, so next on our list of 10 things to see in Italy, and we have the Egyptian Museum in Torino. It's a little interesting, the Egyptian Museum in Italy is something to see. The Egyptian Museum of Torino is an incredible place. In fact, it's the second largest Egyptian museum, second only to the Cairo Museum. Now, if you come and visit, plan at least 3 hours to visit it all. And even better, consider taking a guided tour. In fact, there's so many Egyptian artifacts here that it really becomes overwhelming. Now, in the museum, you're going to discover how the ancient Egyptians lived. You can see some of their furniture and admire some of their sarcophagi and the mummies. Well, that's kind of how they died, right? But you get the idea. Now, as usual, it's always best to buy the tickets in advance. That way you can avoid the long lines at the ticket office. And if you'd like to support the channel, we've left a link in the description below to buy Skip the Line tickets. Alright, so when visiting Torino, don't forget to also stroll around the beautiful city and enjoy the royal palace and of course taste the famous chocolate. Yes, they make chocolate in Torino. And you can watch our video about chocolate and Torino up there.
Now we are ready for our number 6 in the top 10 list of things to see in Italy with the city of Catania and its market. Catania is Sicily's second largest city. Catania sits at the base of Mount Etna and you can see the volcano pretty much from every corner of the city and actually smell the smoke from the volcano. The city center is quite unique with the beautiful Piazza del Duomo and the Via Etnea with stores and cafes and many other stunning landmarks to explore. But our favorite place in Catania is the market. The market is located just around the corner from the Duomo. This is a true sensory overload.
Yeah.
You'll see the many vendors that sell catch of the day or fruits and vegetables. It's absolutely stunning. You can admire and taste some of the freshest seafood ever. You can try fresh oyster with a glass of Prosecco right there for just a couple of euros.
That's right.
You did. Also, this area has many great restaurants for you to try. No need to say that specialized in seafood, and so.
Well, they had the market right there, right? Okay, so moving on with our 10 things to see in Italy, and we are at number 5, Manarola and the Cinque Terre. The Cinque Terre are 5 beautiful villages in the Liguria region of Italy. They have amazing scenery off the cliffs and the dark blue Mediterranean. And out of all the Cinque Terre, I think Manarola is probably the most famous and photographed. The village has beautiful, colorful houses overlooking the sea, and narrow streets filled with stores, cafes, and restaurants, and lots of gelato, by the way. It's definitely a must-see. In fact, of all the 5 villages, they're all really worth visiting. In fact, it's really easy also to go from one to the other by train or by boat. And, by the way, here's our video about the train to Cinque Terre for you to see. As usual, it's best to go and visit off-season, either in the fall or the spring when the weather is milder and the villages aren't swamped with tourists. In fact, we were there just this past weekend and it was filled with people. And we've been in the wintertime and the temperatures were mild enough to walk around in a shirt.
Our number 4 for the top things to see in Italy is Florence and the birthplace of the Renaissance. Florence city center is probably one of the most beautiful places in the entire world. In fact, the city is an open-air museum, and it's on its own. The city was the birthplace of the Italian Renaissance in the 1300s, and some of the most famous painters, sculptors, and scientists of the era worked here. People like Botticelli, Michelangelo, Raffaello, Leonardo, and Donatello left some of their masterpieces in this city. In fact, in Florence, you can admire the David of Michelangelo in its all glory and majesty. The city is dominated by the majestic dome of the Duomo that can be seen pretty much everywhere. The stunning Piazza della Signoria with the Palazzo Vecchio is another incredible landmark that you have to admire and take photos of. From the piazza, you can take a quick stroll to the stunning Ponte Vecchio with its beautiful jewelry stores all around the sides of the bridge.
And there's also a gelato place at the end.
Also, while in Florence, a visit to the Galleria degli Uffizi and with the stunning painting museum is a must. Again, make sure to buy your ticket in advance and reserve a spot because the line outside can be really long, like hours long. Check out the link in the description below for a place to buy the tickets.
That's right. Okay, so number 3 on our list of 10 things to see in Italy is the Lungomare of Napoli. Now, if any of you know or follow our channel, you'll know that we love Naples, or Napoli in Italian. It's one of our favorite cities in the entire world. But in Naples, one of the areas that we love the most is the Lungomare, especially when it's warm. This incredible boulevard runs along the shore of the Mediterranean. And the views from here are, stunning is, to say the least. The area is full of beautiful restaurants to eat al fresco. It's also the perfect place for a stroll, especially during the hot summer nights. Now, on the Lungomare, you can see the ancient Casal dell'Uovo with the adjacent Borgo Marinaro, where you can have some of the freshest seafood in the city, and yes, you can work on all of your Italian at the same time. The Lungomare is also a great place to stay. In fact, some of the best hotels in Naples are here, and most of them have rooms with balconies, and you get 180-degree views of the Mediterranean and the islands. Who wouldn't want to wake up in the morning with Mount Vesuvius or Capri as the view?
We're getting close to our number 1, but first is number 2 of the 10 things to see in Italy. And number 2 is the Grand Canal in Venice. No visit to Italy would be complete without a visit to Venice. And in Venice, no visit would be complete without taking a boat down the Grand Canal. This is Venice's main artery, and here you can see some of the most opulent palaces in the city. In fact, centuries ago, all the noble family of the Venetian Republic had their primary residence on the Grand Canal. And among those families, it was imperative to show the wealth by building the most beautiful and ornate palace of all. That's why the Grand Canal is full of this amazing structure. Half the way between the train station and San Marco Square, you'll see the gorgeous Ponte di Rialto, an impressive bridge that connects the two sides of the canal. And here again, you can walk on the bridge and shop in the many stores around on the bridge. You don't have to spend a fortune to sail down the Grand Canal. The local vaporetto, the Venetian version of a public bus, will take you all the way down. Also make sure to sail down the Grand Canal not only during the day, but also at night, when the city is quieter and the lights make these incredible and romantic sights.
There seems to be a theme that we're going on. Come to Italy when it's not so hot and when there's not a lot of tourists. Alright, so here we are with our number 1 spot on our list of 10 things to see in Italy. And that's Rome, the Eternal City. Rome is probably one of the most famous cities in the world. In fact, in this city, also known as the Eternal City, you can breathe centuries of history. From the remains of the Roman Empire to the stunning Baroque piazzas, Rome's city center is one of the most unique places in the world. Every corner is filled with centuries of city. In Rome, of history. Of history, yes it is. In Rome, you can dine surrounded by 2,000 years worth of ruins. In fact, we've made several videos about the stunning city, and you can check out our most recent one right up here, and we totally look forward to going in a couple of weeks. Well, this concludes our video about 10 things to see in Italy. Of course, these are just 10 things that we picked because we liked them. There are so many others for you to see in Italy. Every town is full of history and art, and there's so many things worth visiting. As usual, if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below because we love to hear and respond to you. In the meantime, we'll see you in our next video.
Ciao.
Ciao, yes.